Now, for today's special event, I would like to welcome our Tech Test convener, the chair of the Research Innovation Tech Committee, Architect IDR-TS Rida Razak, and for his opening speech, and to officiate remarks by PAM President Adjunct Professor Architect Adjanta bin Aziz. And without further ado, I would also like to welcome Architect Firadaus Khazis onto the stage. Can I have all three gentlemen here, please? Yes, Architect Firadaus. Everyone, you can give a round of applause to our tech convener.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wal aqibatul muttaqin wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. O Allah, O gracious and loving one, we express our gratitude to you for allowing us to be present and attend this PAM Tech Fest today. We also ask for your presence so that this event runs smoothly. O Allah, the one and almighty God, we pray to you that you make this event a means for us to unite, cooperate, and help one another among us. Blessing our gathering today, Allah, may it be accepted as an assembly that gains your approval. Amin. Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me to give a speech as the RIT chairman this year. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Vice President and PAM Research Innovation and Technology Chairman, I'm delighted to welcome everyone here today, especially our esteemed guests, our President Adjunct Professor Adrianta Aziz, especially our special guest, MBOT President, Yang Berbahagia Professor Datuk TS IR Dr. Siti Hamisah Tauze. Give it a hand. Yeah. And none other than MBOT Registrar, Dr. Muhammad Fauzi Muhammad Ismail. Give it a hand too. Yeah. And esteemed council members, committee chairs, architects, designers, professionals. Today's program marks the first tech festival. I think in 2017, when we moved to this building, we started to look into youth programs. But now, as we pass forward further after the pandemic, it's true eminent that tech is becoming the new future for us, not only our profession, but other professions. At PAM now, under our committee, we envision a future where architects are holistically involved in technology. So before this, we are actually only integrating our tech in our production. Yeah, AutoCAD, BIM, all those. But now, the new committee, we are looking at holistic integration. When we say holistic integration, we're looking at not only operations, administration, marketing, technology, delivery, deliverables, expansion to our architectural service. You will witness some of the speakers sharing their diversification so that they make money from apart from their architecture. And then also today harness technological talents, innovation, and another means for improving our economy. We firmly believe in the transformative power of technology. And today we will have an special occasion, MOU signing with MBOT marks the beginning of our future progression and the creation of wonderful opportunities in technology for profession with the 20 over industries within the MBOT purview. Kita nampak dah banyak yang ada MBOT punya fields tu is cross-cutting with us. And we think that architects can actually help other industries in terms of propelling whatever they are doing now. Now pun kita dah tahu dah, semiconductor and data center is a lot in Johor, Selangor, and also Penang. So we want to also learn about and tap that technology so that architects can service that. All right, and we also know that the numbers of construction technologies, BC, building construction technologies in MBOT is increasing. I'm not sure berapa dah, almost 10,000 already. I heard, yeah, about that. So I hope that we can actually work with them and then improve technology and also technical skill, vice versa. Lastly, I hope that all the attendees will enjoy the speakers, varieties of speakers today, and hopefully you will get some benefits from it. With that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause, please, for architect IDR-TS Rida Razak, who is also an architectural technologist. At this point, of course, I would like to call upon PAM President, Adjunct Professor Architect Adrianta Aziz to please come on to the stage for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Mirzam.
More than happy to.
Okay. Pardon my injury, pardon my injury. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you. Salam sejahtera. Salam Malaysia Madani. Selamat pagi. Good morning. Chow san. Kalai vanakkam. Welcome to Tech Fest, bringing tech to design and practice. I extend a warm welcome. Today we have MBOT President, Dato' Amisa. Thank you so much. Give a round of applause to our President here, MBOT. Thank you. MBOT Registrar, Encik Fauzi. One more applause to our MBOT members. Vice President, Architect Rida Razak. Thank you so much. The convener, Architect Kawa Rismi. Our sponsor, DML Ceiling and Louvers, Miss Eunice. Thank you so much. Please give a round of applause to our sponsor. Media partner, Garis Pixel, salam cempreng kat sini. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, dear friends, all attendees, and also PAN Council, I can see a few of them, PAN Council. Ladies and gentlemen, such a beautiful Saturday today. First and foremost, I must congratulate to our convener, Architect Kawa Rismi, and his committee for organizing an impressive lineup of speakers. Although the committee is relatively new, it has made remarkable progress since last year. It has made remarkable progress, demonstrating dedication and a forward-thinking approach that truly inspired us all. I would like to relate also our Act 117, Acta Architect 1967. There is one profession we call AT, Architecture Technologies. Yeah? So look into that angle as well. By looking to the future, ladies and gentlemen, architect must embrace technology. There's no excuse to enhance our creative, innovative, and business capabilities. And today's rapidly evolving landscape, we find ourselves at the intersection of tradition and cutting-edge technology, a juncture that holds immense potential to our professions. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have some Malaysia's finest architects and engineers who will share their expertise in BIM, AI, VR, and parametric design, bringing the digital and physical worlds. And these technologies are not just tools. Mostly people say these are tools, but are transformative forces that can redefine the way we conceptualize, design, and build our environments. Let me explain. It takes time for me, Kawa, because this is very important, because I'm so happy and honored to see not only young architects, but we can see the most senior architect, well experienced now, to realize that how important we are gathered here. First, about BIM, Building Informative Modeling, is revolutionize project management by fostering a collaborative approach that integrates every aspect of the construction process. By adapting BIM, we can enhance accuracy, reduce waste, and improve efficiency, ultimately leading to better outcomes for our clients and communities. Secondly, artificial intelligence presents us with the opportunity to augment our capabilities beyond traditional boundaries. From automatic routine tasks to offering predictive insights, AI can free up our time to focus on what we do the best, creating innovative design that inspire and endure. VR pula, virtual reality, allow us to immerse ourselves, our clients, in our creation before they are built, offering a vivid, interactive experience that can convey the essence of our designs in ways that traditional blueprints never could. This not only enhances client satisfaction, remember this, but also aids in identifying potential issues early in the design process. Parametric design, ladies and gentlemen, driven by algorithms, offers us unprecedented flexibility and precision in exploring complex geometrics and optimizing our designs. It empowers us to push the boundaries of what is possible, turning visionary concepts into reality with greater ease and efficiency. That's why, Datuk, architect ni, we always call ourselves as a dream makers. Because we people make dreams come true through us, through our expertise. So as we explore these technologies today, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage all of you to open your minds with positive mindset, with the energy of positivity, and be ready to learn, collaborative, and explore new realms of technologies. And this event today, ladies and gentlemen, is not just about listening to speakers, but about engaging with ideas, questioning assumptions, and envisioning new possibilities to our profession. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to MBOT for this collaboration. It is through partnership like this that we can foster innovation and drive progress. We look forward to long-term advancement in Malaysian development and to being an integral part MBOT's future decision-making processes. Inshallah, Datuk. Ladies and gentlemen, together we will achieve success, Hayya al Falah, through our new architect's intelligence by combining our creative instincts with technological prowess. We can forge a path toward a brighter, more sustainable future for all. Today, let's fasten your seatbelt, enjoy this session together. Let's build the future we envision today. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Once again, I'd like to thank our president, as usual, for his enthusiasm and energy on stage. Truly incomparable. He doesn't even need the mic. That's how good he is. Salutations, my Mr. President. At this point, I would like to call upon back PAM President and, of course, Architect IDRTS Rida Razak back on stage to proceed with the signing ceremony. Okay. And, of course, I would like to invite our guests as well. At this point, of course, I would like to ask, yes, to please come as well. Yes, thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Datuk. Thank you, Datuk. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic moment. You can now take out your phones and take as many pictures as you like. And of course, we are now witnessing the signing ceremony, the MOU signing ceremony. Thank you so much for everyone. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed a historic ceremony performed right in front of all of you. Let's give them, everyone here, a round of applause. Thank you, Dato'. Thank you. Thank you, Dato'. And of course, we hope for better things in the future through this collaboration. Okay, now, of course, we would like to ask everyone to please come on stage for the photo session.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have pen and board MOU signing ceremony. I think this is the history for all of us. Give a round of applause. Shall we get
Thank you so much. Let's give them another round of applause to our guests on stage, Dato', and of course, PAM President, and of course, Vice President as well. Oh, the lady has taken it now. The young lady over there, she's taken the folder. Okay, give us your best smile. Okay, thank you so much. And that concludes the signing ceremony. Thank you, guests. Thank you, PAM President. Thank you, Architect Rizal. Thank you so much to everyone. And hopefully that begins a significant moment in the next stage of our profession. Thank you so much. With the conclusion of the ceremony, I'd like to get on with today's agenda. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank our sponsors, DML Products and Berhad, for their support of the event. And we'd like to invite our representative for the sponsor to have their introduction. Please allow me to introduce Ms. Eunice Chow. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I am so great that I can stand before you today to representing our company, a manufacturer specializing in aluminum sealing, louvers, and creating panel. Our journey in this industry has been marked by a relentless commitment to innovation, quality, and safety. I'm Eunice Chow, and I will be talking about one of our new products today, Fat Line. Flat line commonly applied of facade cladding, ceiling of wall cladding. Layer of panel will be completely by 5 layer. First, for the first layer of flat line, start with protective film. Second layer is PVDF or PE finishing, come with 3000 series aluminum top skin. Third layer is adhesive film in the middle. Fourth layer is aluminum corrugated core. 5 layer will be come with another adhesive film, and 3000 series aluminum will be the bottom skin and last layer. Flat line totally panel thickness at 4 mm. Top and bottom aluminum thickness both at 0.5 mm. Finishing part can either choose for PVDF, PE finishing, or powder coat. Panel width will be fixed at 4 feet and the standard length is 8 feet or 16 feet. Apart from the standard length, we also can go for customized length. Why DML aluminum flat line? Due to flat line is a fully aluminum, therefore it is non-combustible and fire-setting material. Second advantage of flat line, lightweight, it is reduced 20 to 40% compared to aluminum composite panel or standard solid panel with equivalent rigidity. Installation will be the more quick and more easy. Third, flatness and high strength. Flat line panel lamination process result in excellent flatness of the panel by eliminating small deterioration remaining in the thin aluminum with deterioration and deflation, and also durability and rigid. 4. Pure strength. Flat line panel adopts the new technology and reach the more critical technical indicator. Pure strength, quality, flatness, and weather resistance of the panel are improved into the best situation. 5. Flexible and long-lasting. Flat line can easy for fabrication technique to achieve any distinctive design. It will be easily for maintenance too. Last, easy process and install. Due to flat line is lightweight and flexible, so it will be unnecessary to add on mass support system. In conclusion, the advantage of flat line is lightweight and low statistic, high property strength and good rigidity, sound insulation and heat insulation, waterproofing, UV resistant, recyclable, and also high surface smoothness and flatness. This is one of our installation methods. Our aluminum product offer unrivaled flexibility, aesthetic, and safety assurance. We are not just a manufacturer. We are your partner in design and construction, committed to bringing your architectural vision to life while upholding the highest safety standard. We invite you to explore the limitless possibility our product offer and to engage with us for design guidance and installation expertise. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to collaborating with you on your future architecture endeavors. Thank you.
Once again, thank you to our sponsors. As usual, your support is very much appreciated, and of course, we would like to see your support continuously in the future as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, give me a moment to organize myself as I would like to take you to the next part of today's agenda. The atmosphere has suddenly gotten very romantic, and I'd like to call upon the following. But before I do, I would like to once again thank Ms. Yonis Chow for her presentation. Now, without further ado, please welcome our first guest, who I have to assume is in the hall at the moment, architect Mirzam Taiman, to please come onto the stage. But before I do, I'd like to give you a little bit of a bio as to who. Can I have architect Mirzam Taiman? Oh, there you are, okay. Just raise your hand now. It's dark, it's susah for me to tengok sekarang ni. So before I invite him formally on stage, I'd like to give you a little bit of bio. The topic, of course, will be BIM conception to construction. And architect Mirzam Taiman is an acclaimed architect renowned for his visionary designs that harmonize contemporary aesthetics with sustainable practices and principles. Mirzam's work has been celebrated for integration of BIM technology and timeless design that foster community engagement and environmental stewardship. So with an impressive bio and intro, as I have just mentioned, I'd like to call upon architect Mirzam Taiman to please come on stage.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to all guests, and thank you for PAM inviting me to this event to share my experience and knowledge about this BIM topic. Okay, so without further ado, I will continue my topic is on about BIM conception to construction. Okay, this one I will show some concept how we use BIM until construction stage. Okay, so I will share some pictures and output and our knowledge regarding this BIM conception to construction. Okay, this one we start with this introduction, and then I will show some visualization, coordination, analysis, documentation, and also towards the construction stage. Right, this 10 years is a digital era. Okay, 2020 to 2030. So we have 5 years or 6 years towards 2030. So we play with real data, real time, and rapid construction towards this era. Okay, so we need to move fast and adapt the technologies. So this is BIM, building information modeling. Maybe you all have know about these topics, but we will refresh and get some more ideas about this BIM. And then I will expose to how it's possible to use BIM towards long concept, from concept towards construction. Okay, this is a working process. BIM is a working process. Okay, where we design and construct building in visual mode, and then we always play with real-time model, real information, and the BIM model is parametric. All right, and then this is a component-based model. It's not line-based like AutoCAD. And then we have some data inside the models, and then we can use BIM models to get various results from concept to constructions. Okay. Okay, this is the step. Okay, the event. All right. All process from programming, conceptual design, detailed design, analysis, documentations, fabrication, construction, and so on until number 10. We use from single BIM models. Okay, we can get all of these results. Okay, first of all, we need to understand the LOD, level of detail, level of developments, where we have LOD 100 until LOD C100s. Okay, this is we must understand this first before proceed into BIM models later. Alright, this is a concept of a single BIM model. You can get 3D effects, and then 4D until 5D, which is a 3D. We use concept, visualization, coordinations, clash detections to improve further improve designs. And then 4D, we can use a model for energy analysis and get the costings from it because we have data of materials and such areas and so on. And then 5D, we use a model for construction simulation and project monitoring. Okay, this is output from the BIM models, from plan, design, visualization, 2D drawing documentation, costing, anti-completion. Another set of pictures. Okay, BIM models, We can have visualization, drawing documentation, costing, and until completion. Okay, I will start with visualization. Okay, this another things that before we embark into BIM, we have no, we will must understand this 6 diagram, which is a concept. We start with blank meshings, schematic, and then proceed to details, and then detail into construction models with data, SB model, and into a maintenance model with such a lot of information and data inside the models. Okay, concept design stage. We can start with meshing form from the B models, and then we develop into schematic design, where we can get in early stage of concept, so we can get the square area for initial costings. Okay, in early stage also we can get this one is samples of floor area we can get from the meshings. So it helps, the model helps at the early stage until the later stage. Okay, the development of models from meshing into schematic design, and then we combine architecture and other disciplines, and then we can plug this our idea, our initial schematic design into the real-time site. Okay. Okay. Second thing is design changes. Okay, this B model is parametric design changes, where we updating in certain elements. They will update in all view because we play with models. Okay, if we changes in plan, we'll update in another section of elevations on because we play with models. Okay, so we can manage changes in this parametric behavior. So nothing missing out when we want to produce the drawings later on. So we can also go to parametric design. Later we have a talk about this parametric design after this. So it's not possible. It's possible to have the parametric design in a BIM model. Okay. So it's not rigid. We can explore more using BIM software. Okay, another thing is I will share is site modeling also. We can use data from survey plan. We can generate 3D site modeling, okay, from the survey plan. Okay, this another show another record model topic which is BIM model can use for record model heritage building. Okay. And then coordinations. So this is the main point of BIM. We want to coordinate among other disciplines. Okay, so in conventional method, we have 2D plans, and then in BIM, we use models to coordinate. Okay, this is one example of coordinated BIM models. We combine AEC discipline, architecture, M&E, and structure model. Okay, we can see very informative, and we can see all clashes, all the midpoints, and all the finished model, finished building before the building is constructed on site. Okay, another pictures of coordinated BIM model. Okay, we can also have the internal perspective. All right, so to see the environment. Okay, this is the main point also, where we can see clash detection and resolve any discrepancies on BIM models first before we construct on site. So it will minimize conflict, minimize costs, minimize reworks through visual coordination in design stage. We can avoid agile on-site situation. So we can avoid this kind of situations. Okay, maybe. So they have some identity crisis in the staircase or escalator, and the headroom of the gym, and then this one is OKU ramp. Okay, all right, fire hydrant with closed railing, and then the access to toilet, OKU toilet with staircase. Okay, just a joke. Okay, this one I share from the internet. Okay, next is analysis. We can utilize the models for analysis. This one is energy analysis, number one. Energy analysis for capturing energy efficiency. And then special analysis, where we are doing hospitals. We can do special analysis for separate aircon room or non-aircon room. Okay, 24 hours or non-24 hours. Okay, this one before the hospital is being constructed, we design this special analysis first. Okay, this is more important. From the model, we can do documentation, which is a concept of 3D to 2D drawings production. Okay, as we know, the B model is full of components. Alright, then the components have data, dimensions, the view, and then the properties we can see. Okay, this is some of the model data. Okay, the number two is we can have the total area, calculated total area in whether we want to in square meter or square feet. And then we can also automated calculate door, total of door, windows, or building elements. Because we are playing with components, then we can get without missing out any of these components. Okay, 2D symbols. This one in production of construction drawings, submission drawings. We can also produce these symbols and use this in production of drawings. So 2D production, from B model, we can get the submission drawings, tender drawing, construction drawing also. We don't revert to AutoCAD, but we utilize the models and get the drawings coming out. Okay, this is samples of drawings. The line is very good, line work, because this is auto setting in this software. And then this example of submissions and bomber drawings, and then submission drawings, and as well as the room data, room schedule with the grand total of area. Okay, we can also have a 3D and 2D documentation like this, showing all the sprinklers or all bomber equipments. Okay, inside there's the models. Okay, so to be a successful 2D drawing documentation, we play with views, we play with filters, mostly filters, to get division of submission drawing, tender drawing, and construction drawings. Okay, this is a sample of combination of all disciplines, and then later we produce the 2D drawing for tender and construction. We can see on the ground floor plan, we can see all equipment. It's combined with switches, sockets, and then the reflected data ceiling, reflected ceiling, which we can see the position of lightings with M&E equipment also. Okay, this is for elevations we produce from the models. If we equip the equipment, we can see it already placed inside the section and elevation. Okay, another samples. This one is can be used for ID works. Okay, costing. How we can help in costing? In our team, we have QS can read BIM software, so they can get these materials for quantity from the schedule. You can see the schedule of floor finish there, and then we can get the grand total area, and then the quantity. So it helps a lot in costing for taking off. Okay, this is the construction 5D. This is interesting because this one involves a lot of technologies here. First of all, BIM software for BIM model can use for simulation phasing, which is we can see the construction simulation, whether it's correct or not, how to do first, and then how to do next, what to do next. And then another thing is we use simulation using work program. We combine in a BIM model with CPM and then we can simulate the timing, the progress according to the CPM that we combine together in BIM software. Okay, this one internal installation of MNE. Okay, we combine with the CPM program, and then we simulate. Okay, this one on-site meeting right now. If we have BIM model, we use a BIM model for coordination or decision making on site. Okay, we have. Okay, we have also using this tab. Okay, to see BIM model and real site. Okay, we have this BIM model, and then we can see actual on site or versus the BIM models on the digital view. Okay, okay. Another thing is we also use a 3D scanner. We can see the discrepancies between the model and actual on site. We can see the tolerance, how they install, and then how we can make an adjustment or we improve on the site condition later. Okay, this one is real-time 3D scan data environment. We use point clouds, and then we can get the measurements, the environment on the existing building in construction, and then we can, with this data, we can decide how to improve later on the construction site. Okay, it improve BIM model improve site inspection and decision making. Okay, this one, if we have models and components, we can manufacture, fabricate a one-to-one scale wall panel like this. Okay, in factory. Accurate, it improve. It is accurate according to the models. And then this one is trending, BIM model, and then we can print on site the 3D printed house. This one is pictures in German. Right now we have here also one in Malaysia, I think, finished. Okay, another thing is we can use this BIM for site logistic and planning for contractors. How they can locate the crane, the site logistic, the materials, and so on site. Okay, so that's all from our slide. Let's build better building with BIM, using BIM. Okay, so thank you. Okay, right.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just one more time say thank you to Architect Mirzam Taiman. Very informative, very interesting. You can clap, no problem. Really, it's fine. I mean, you have to admit it was pretty eye-opening what BIM can do compared to what we're doing right now for most of us. So at this point, I would like to call upon Architect June Chow, who is the principal of June Architect, on stage. But as usual, I'd like to give a little bit of a bio before she actually comes in front. Excuse me. She is revolutionizing the design field by harnessing the power of AI as a green building index facilitator. Sorry. Gen AI prompt expert and an AI trainer to architects as well. June is dedicated to exploring the intersection of technology and sustainable design and empowering following professionals to leverage on the amazing abilities of AI. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon Architect June Shaw on stage for her presentation as well. Mic?
Morning, everyone. Is AI very new to all of us? Can you give me some response? Are we afraid of AI? Okay, one more question. Is AI going to take over or replace us as architects? Yes or no? Not really, yes. Okay, today I'm going to tell you, after my presentation, maybe you will have some answers, whether generative AI is useful to architects or is it going to take over our jobs. My name is June. AI came to our world last year, and I dived deep into AI, especially generative AI, for less than a year. And I'm here talking to you. And why is this so? I can tell you, generative AI, if you have heard one example, ChatGPT. Any one of you have your ChatGPT already installed in your handphone? Can I see your hands? Any one of you has no AI apps at all in your handphone? Any students here? Okay, very good. So, why I want to ask this, because if practicing architects, if we are not starting to use AI today, and you will see the younger architects, students, graduates are going to take over this. I'm sure they are doing that very well. Okay, not wasting time, let's go over to our topic today, very hot, generative AI for architects. Let's explore the future of design. What is generative AI and why it matters? So, let me show you what is AI now. This is a very simple landscape diagram I would like to show you, because everyone will start to wonder, what is AI, what is machine learning, what is deep learning? So, take a look. We have some circles, so you can just roughly need to understand what is the artificial intelligence. It's like a big data. It's like someone is storing something, a big library, into a machine. And then when you have machine learning, that means it's some programmers, some people are getting together. They gather all this data and they start to filter them. They start to use the machine to differentiate them, categorize them into groups. And then comes to the deep learning. That means that it's like niches. Like they categorize it into something like text, images, whatever, in the programming world. And then you go smaller into generative AI, which is what actually we are talking about today. Examples of generative AI, ChatGPT, example. Midjourney, example. Or any other Copilot, if you have heard, Gemini, Cloud, Perplexity. All these actually I would make a little bit of intro after this, okay? So this is grouped, they are all grouped under generative AI. And after that, you have a small circles focusing on diffusion models, which actually are mostly used for images, mostly, but partially they would, there are a lot of technical things inside. And then you will see after diffusion models, you have maybe you heard of Stable Diffusion, which is an image generation tool, AI tool, I will talk about that. And then the large language models, see that ChatGPT, Gemini, Meta AI from Meta, previously Facebook. They are categorized under that very black dot, which is in between the diffusion model and the large language model, okay? You just need to know roughly what is that about with concept. So, nowadays, AI is in your fingertips. Use your natural language, you easily can generate new text. Just type something in your ChatGPT, I need to, what today, give me some tips, so you get some text. Use your natural language. I want an image of a house. You get a house. But you need to specify what kind of house that you want as an image. Use natural language, you easily generate new videos. How? This is how. You just need to type a text saying like, I need a walkthrough, and upload an image of your latest 3D render, and ask to generate a walkthrough into the room, let's say here, in this case, into the bedroom, overseeing the city view, let's say. Use natural language, easily generate new music. You're not afraid of copyright anymore, because every piece of music generated is not the same. So, I'm going to show you here, there is a survey done in March 2024 in the UK by the Architectural Journal. And look at the attitude towards generative AI. I think roughly there are about 2,000 architects being interviewed or had done a very simple survey. So look at the left side, are you currently using AI? So the first one actually is the overall, 62%. And the second one are from small firms, individuals, 46%. And the last one are bigger firms. 69% of big, large architect firms in UK are using AI. So what is the next? Do you see AI as a threat or an opportunity? So you see many are seeing it as a potential. So the next one, at which stages of the design process do you typically or are most likely to use AI tools? Which stage? Look at 59% of these architects are using generative AI for concept design and not others. Why? Look at the 3%, 2%, 0%. They are mainly at the technical design side, spatial coordination, or maybe what just now you have heard the first part, BIM. It's not so much yet into the BIM side at the moment. That's why I'm here to urge every one of us as architects to start today and don't put it aside because AI is already at your fingertips. Just download it and start to talk. That's what actually we should do. So, how will generative AI benefit architects? Let's look at some of the facts. Fact number one, Gen AI, I would call it in short, is projected to add 2.6 to 4.4 trillion annually to the global economy. For design, the Haidar Aliyev Center in Baku, designed by Zaha Hadid, showcases generative design by creating a curvy, functional building that adapts to the property's topography. So, they are using Gen AI. Development. Daiwa house industry in Japan uses Gen design to create high-density urban housing in small plots, optimizing living spaces efficiently. Documentation. Autodesk Project Refinery uses generative design, automatically generate construction documents, reducing time spent on drafting by 80%. So do we need more draftsmen or do we need more AI? Dissemination. Foster and Partners actively embraces generative AI tools like DALL-E and Midjourney to generate new design ideas and inspire clients with innovative concepts. That you see the importance of DALL-E and Midjourney here. So, becoming an AI-powered architect. I'm going to show you an architect's basic Gen AI toolkit. I try to pick all the most popular ones in the market. And there are so many here that you need to start to learn 20 tools from today. Okay, just kidding. I'm just telling you, these are the tools actually are very useful to all of us. And I categorize them into 5 groups. The most important one, if you want to start today, ideation, research. These are language models. The first one, maybe you would like to check out ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Meta AI, okay? And the second most important one, these two actually works together. And why, I will show you. In the image category, pick at least 1 or 2. Start to use that in your team to inspire yourselves with generated images. So the first one, there are a few there. There are Midjourney, ChatGPT, which is DALI, also Stability AI, Stable Diffusion, and et cetera, there. Adobe, a little bit, I don't want to go too deep into that, so at least we just know what actually the few tools are. And the others are actually all the multimedia tools like music and video. Okay, there are just too many, I know. Some of them are free. Why you're not using it? Big names on them. They are big companies, you know. They invented them. Autodesk, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Adobe. But will they help you? Not without practice. So, if you have not heard of what Perplexity is, go back, download Perplexity. This is the first language model that I would recommend you for research. Why? Perplexity can investigate urban development plans. You can use it to do zoning regulations, check regulations, plot ratio guidelines, understand land use restrictions, allowance within a specific development area. I know maybe Malaysia, it's not there yet because there are a lot of problems like when it comes to government departments, when they have a collection of data, whether it's open or not to us, it depends. But in Singapore, you can access this now through Perplexity. So what else? If you use ChatGPT, you can explore and visualize maps like that. You can create land use. You can ask, about the zoning, environmental constraint maps. Using advanced data analysis feature in ChatGPT is already planted inside. Just ask. So, if you have ChatGPT premium version, paid version, what you can do? Build your own AI assistant, handle repetitive tasks at scale. Let's say build a personal coach to tailor your needs. So what can you do there? I have a few. I do this for my own. The first one, help me to do calculations because I hate to calculate OTTV. So, of course, you cannot just upload, let's say, a floor plan and ask it to calculate for you. It won't do so. But it will help you to learn. You ask how to calculate OTTV from this, step 1 to step 10. Just it will list out everything for you and then start to go deeper into that. Just talk like a natural person. And what others? Okay, you have scholar articles. You have, in PDF, 500 pages. If you can, upload the whole scholar article into ChatGPT and ask the ChatGPT to summarize. To summarize what? Whatever you want. You say, like, the important things, to summarize every chapter. In actionable insights, into your practice. What do you want to extract them out to your practice? So also maybe construction copilot. What do you do? It can, if you build out custom GPT, that's a very advanced thing. So the copilot can assist you in the project, cost, schedule management, a lot of things, including build Gantt charts. This is very useful. Okay, I'm going to show you one project I've done with a group of educators. It's just 3 or 4 months ago. So the most basic thing that we can use Gen AI to do, like in this case, brainstorming with the Gen AI. The project name is called Designing Sustainable Futures. It is a book where a group of educators, I joined them as an illustrator. I helped them to generate the images of the future society into some ethnic groups or some specified society groups. So this is what we do. In this project, we aim to use Gen AI to help us to project a sustainable future for the people in that area, leveraging our research data. You need to use research data as your input, okay? So what? First, if you have, I did that, actually I used Copilot, which you can also use that for free. It's under Microsoft. So you can also use Perplexity or ChatGPT, as you like. The first thing, actually, I would need to first talk to the language model, you know. Like I say, oh, I want you to act as a prompt generator for Midjourney. So first ask, you can even ask, like, do you know what Midjourney is, you know. If it answers, give you a response, say, yes, I know, this Midjourney is this, okay, great, good. Midjourney is an AI image generator here. So I ask the Copilot to create creative descriptions that will result in unique and interesting images from the AI. And this is the instruction actually I've given. So Copilot say, hello, I'm Bing, I'm happy to help you, right? So then you have to tell that you need Copilot to act like a professional photographer, specialize in all these, you know, architectural things, and then describe. And later the Copilot has to come up with some prompts. If you know what prompt is a group of text that you can input into an image generator to generate images in general. So, and you need to tell the standards you want, like the standards that come out should be like in architectural magazines, you know, what kind, photorealistic images. But first, set up a story. So I use a very short technique here. It's called the 4W and 1H. So you just set out, okay, where is that place, what, you know, and specifically in Sabah, Malaysia, when, who are they, activities. And then the details, actually, I don't want to go too deep into that. Actually, it's just like talking more, you know. I try to feed the language model in more details and ask it to, you know, brainstorm itself or go and find in the internet some other content to support the prompt later on. So you see the prompts, actually, I'm telling that you should focus on the futuristic design because it's talking about the future of the Bajau people. So a lot of things I say that, oh, okay, the season, community activities, and et cetera, et cetera. And the Copilot will say that, oh, okay, I've done some research, and then they live on the water, on stilt houses, houseboats, you know. They're called the sea nomads, and they have some activities, sea farming, but they are stateless, challenges they're facing, okay? So first set of images, just take the prompt, the text just now from the language model and put it into Midjourney and start to generate. So this is the first step, set of results I got. So, but after that, these are the future things. That is why actually there is no physical or whatever, actually, it's an imagination, the first thing we have to follow that, right? And after this first step, I'm going to tell that, okay, I need something else, like what? I add sustainability elements into the prompt. So why I did it and not in a photorealistic matter, because sometimes when you use the language model, because you know that the data is based on whatever we already have, existing data, right, to blend it, to fuse it into a new set of data. So when you have something futuristic and you want to get near to what actually the architectural side, sometimes we have to be like, how to choose. And I did it in architectural sketches. I don't want photorealistic photos. So this is what I got. If you add in more elements, it will start to add in something more detailed. This is what the power of generative AI. So what? The next, if I add in farming, community activities, this is what actually it will anticipate. Of course, in this project, I did like hundreds. So after that, a group of educators, we all have to like sit down and talk, a meeting, and choose what's actually is the best for the anticipation. So now I'm going to introduce to you what Midjourney is. Midjourney is just now what I've said shortly, powerful tool, AI tool, generate images. You can use that to visualize design ideas quickly and efficiently. One of the Midjourney's strengths, actually, for design thinking I'm talking about, is called text prompting. So to use descriptions only, and you can see at the right side, you can just type in something, but you need to be specific. You can create design concepts with specific details. Let's say this one example, actually, it's an interior view of architectural pavilion with colorful timber panels, whatever you want to say. You need to be specific, describing it how you want to see it. And you also need to put in the place, maybe, a reference place, material element, wide angle shot. So the next one, another feature is called style reference. You put in one image, input image as a reference for style or character. Influence the generation of a new unique image. This is what actually 2 examples I'll give you. The first row showcases a painting applied to a building facade. And the second row demonstrates a painting, the same painting applied to a furniture set. Form finder. So you can also use multiple images, blend together with certain degrees, different kind of degrees, different kinds of chaos or weirdness, whatever you want, because if you know what Midjourney is, there are a lot of commands actually can play. Find the exact exterior frontage. This is example of how actually I use that to find a facade design. Okay, beyond Midjourney, I'm going to introduce you Leonardo AI. This is another diffusion model that actually can excel at refining initial details. So what I did here actually is to provide a sketch. Use your hand-drawn sketch and use text prompts, upload the sketch, and then add something like modern office building tower. I use the right model. Below that, I indicate Leonardo diffusion XL model, image-to-image technique, parameters, dynamic preset, something like that, So it comes out something very interesting, raw model. But if you add on another prompt, let's say Art Nouveau facade, you get something incredible. What about revamping existing buildings? If you have an old building, the original image, I took it from an existing building. So I use another AI platform. There are 2 here. One is called Prom AI. The other one is called Crea. So this is how actually the feature is called real-time regeneration. If you input the original image in there, and I use some techniques to extract the line out, the line sketching out, take away the colors first, and then start to regenerate, but you need to input a building purpose. That means what kind of usage of this building is. You start to prompt, You say, this is a college, this is a hospital, what do you want to change the existing building into? And then start to regenerate again. And these kind of platforms will give you new aesthetic possibilities. Visual render. The days of spending hours to render your 3D model is gone. Why? Chrome AI, this platform simplifies the process in 2 minutes. This example I'm going to show you is one, if you have a sketch like that, black and white, and upload it into Chrome AI, the platform, and choose something like feature called sketch render and some other preset parameters, and just one click, you get the second image. And then you click regionally on the pathway and write lake or pond. Immediately you get this in another one click. This can be done in 1 minute. I'm going to show you here 2 more examples of how various AI tools can help to explore design ideas, generate animated visuals. Second video from SketchUp 3D. Gene AI toolkits. Today I have 3 to introduce to you. The first one, if your architect firm or your team, if you don't want to go for online platforms, think about stable diffusion model. This is the future. Why? You can build your own model, and it's offline. You don't have to share your content online with other people if you're afraid of. If let's say your clients, you have privacy issues, you don't want, your client doesn't want things to be like exposed, let's say, and then you are afraid of the security threats. So you can try to train your own custom image generation workflow called stable diffusion with greater creative control. This deep learning model is also well known as automatic double 11 or comfy UI. So what do you do with this stable diffusion model? I tell you how. So first, I call it SD. In short, SD produces highly detailed images based on text descriptions. It has more customization and control. And you can also fine-tune generation process through adjustable parameters. This interface, actually, you can see what actually in the white diagram, there are boxes there. We call it nodes. So every time when you open up this interface, you try to put in some nodes. They are called like different nodes. We call text input, prompt modifier things, You put it there, and then you link up with some, you call it like interconnected neural networks. So how does it work from the left to the right? So you put in texts, you put in something. It's just like, I give you the ingredients. I give you raw ingredients, and then you try to set up a workflow like that. And then you try to fine-tune every box with different parameters, slides, color, whatever you want to you want to modify from the text. And then the right side, this is one of my projects that I've done, where I was exploring all the city pathways, you know. So it started to generate different views with different concepts. I tried to tweak one word to one word, and this is how I got. So all these boxes inside their parameters, you can adjust them. This is another one I set it up to experiment the connection between human and space. So this is what I got, you know. But for your information, you can download Stable Diffusion Model. It's an open source, so you don't have to worry about buying. Download into your local PC and start to run it with your local GPU. The only thing that you need is a powerful graphic card. And I would anticipate that in the next year, maybe you will already need computational designers in your firm. Because as designers, maybe you do all the concepts, you know, but you already need someone like that to start to train your customized model. The next one I will show you is two examples, two AI tools which might be very useful to you.
Architectures. Design better buildings faster with AI. Architectures is a generative AI-powered building design platform to help design optimal residential developments in minutes rather than months. Use the most advanced AI technology to generate your residential development designs ultra-fast and super accurately, then download them in Excel, CAD, or BIM formats. Try it for free now at architectures.com.
Oops. Is it not running? Okay. I think there's some little technical problem with this video.
Architect.
If it's not running, then we have to skip. Okay. The previous one actually is a very useful model which is called feasibility platform. The name is called TestFit, T-E-S-T-F-I-T. If you're interested, go online and check it out. Okay. So, conclusion to today's topic, generative AI is actually a double-edged sword. Why? You can speed up your writing, fast-track designs, you know, sparks creative thinking, create stunning visuals in seconds or minutes. But the other way, I mean, on the other hand, it amplifies biases. And don't trust the language model too much. Sometimes you have to verify that results because it hallucinates answers. If you ask too much, it hallucinates. And then it will raise security concerns or potential copyright issues, let's say plagiarism. You have to be careful. So what shall we do? Ethics and safety first, of course. 6 responsible practices for AI users. Always read the terms and conditions in every platform, and you have to agree before you use it, right? And question the accuracy of outputs. Check it out. Respect the copyright and intellectual property. And also avoid sharing personal and sensitive information. Like in ChatGPT, you don't want to say that my IC number is what, right? And use very secure and trusted platforms. You have to try it out and see. I mean, don't simply just use any AI platform. I can tell you there are like 20,000 out there today. You have to be choosy. You have to be picky. And then the last one, if you use Midjourney or any other image generation tool to generate your concept, if you do not alter or use Photoshop or whatever to change your design to whatever you want before you present to your client, if you just publish like that, please label it's an AI generated image. So last one, this is just my opinion. I don't know what do you think. As generative AI reshapes design, the human touch will remain the compass. Don't know you agree or not. It's about co-creation. If you want to, your AI assistant will co-create with you and not to replace you. So the last one, if you are scared today of AI, you can buy my book and learn from there. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Architect Jun Chow. Where are the books, by the way? Are they available outside or do they see you personally? Okay, so, if you guys want to buy the book, by all means, have a discussion with her later. Thank you once again. And now, our third speaker, before we head off for the coffee break in about half an hour from now, I'd like to call upon Zamir Rashid, who is the Managing Director of Innovim. Okay, but before, of course, I formally invite him, I'd like to give you a little bit of a bio. Innovim is a leading technology and innovation firm specializing in AI-driven 3D digital twins and collaborative XR solutions with a background in mechanical engineering and an MBA from Manchester Business School. Zamir has been pivotal in advancing Innovim's capabilities in digital transformation and engineering consultancy. So without further ado, can I please have Mr. Zamir Rashid on stage? It's got this nice long walk coming from the back of the stage like that. It's very dramatic, Thank you so much.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. I'm the last speaker for the morning session. Everyone wants a coffee after this. Just bear with me a little bit more. I'm guessing this is the thing. Okay. So thank you so much to the MC and also to PAM for inviting me here. I'm actually mainly in the oil and gas industry. So a lot of the references and sharings that I'm gonna share with you today comes from my engagements and my projects that we've done with Petronas. So Petronas is an extremely big user of 3D digital twins and collaborative XR. But I'm trying to share some ideas on how these can be implemented for the architecture, engineering, and construction industry as well. First of all, I'd like to start with what inspires me in providing these things. So I'm a major Tony Stark fan. I like his style. He's a billionaire. I wish I could be a billionaire as well. Unfortunately, I'm not. And try to do and change things for the world. This is a scene from Iron Man 3. Okay, so he's stuck. He doesn't know what to do at that time, and he's under pressure to identify what needs to be done next. So he asks Jarvis. He talks to Jarvis, looks at different data sets. In this scene, he sees the map of America and so on. So I call this Tony's computational vision domain. Okay, it's just a fancy term that I came up with. And what we can see from here is that, first of all, he's got awesome visuals, highly interactive. He can get data from anywhere. There's visuals showing up, graphs, and so on and so forth. It's contextualized 2D and 3D data. So you've got the cards, you've got the the information there, you've got the graphs, you've got the maps as a 3D map. And he uses this to make a decision what to do next. Okay? So he was looking at all different data sets and he's trying to decide what to do next. And ultimately, he's got Jarvis there. So Architect Jun just now showed about AI. Jarvis is a movie example of how Jarvis assists and co-creates with Tony to come up with things. Okay? Now, what we can actually learn, just now was what we can observe, but what can we learn? The first thing is that everything comes down to data. You need to have data. For architects, for firms, for construction companies, data is key, about your BOQs and all those things, your schedules, all this information. So data from structured and unstructured sources has to be contextualized, analyzed to provide the right insights. The next thing that we can see and learn from Tony is that technology has to be integrated. You know, you've got visual technology, you've got AI, you've got 3D data sets, you've got all these sensors, all these cloud computing and so on. All these technologies have to be co-working together and integrated together to create the best solution for you. And also, humans, we are very visual creatures. So I'm with Pam, you guys are architects, everything is very visual. And ultimately, collaboration makes life simpler. How you collaborate and talk to your other peers. In this example, Tony's talking to Jarvis, right? So collaborating, getting new ideas, and so on and so forth. Now, that's the movie. Let's look at reality, okay? And this is our nation's National Fourth Revolution Industry Policy. 4IR policy. Yes, this is under the previous government. I think KJ was the one who launched this. So now he's not even a minister. He's not even in politics anymore. He's talking on a radio station, right? So, but nonetheless, there's no other policy that has come out yet to replace this. But what I like about this National 4IR policy is actually it talks about data-driven decision-making. And why do I say that? We can see, sorry, how do I go back? Okay, you can see the top 5, what do you call it? The foundational technologies. So you got AI there. Talk about what June shared earlier. You got Internet of Things, the IoT sensors, blockchain, NFTs are part of a blockchain technology as well. You have cloud computing and big data analytics as well as advanced materials and technologies. But we also see convergence technologies like VR and AR. So this is what I'm talking to you guys today about. And the idea is to how we can implement all these technologies for the various key sectors, okay? Now, why I say it's a data-driven policy is because it talks about the data value chain. I started off with the importance of data. I like this because it talks about the data value chain. So we have data capture on the right. This is your IoT sensors. Okay, so it talks about your pressure sensors, blah, 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 and so on. So, but it doesn't have to be actual sensors, anything that captures data. Anything that logs data, acquires data, that's part of the Internet of Things. And then you have these data sets all go to the cloud computing. So that's where you store, you have your computing requirements to do your big data analytics, high performance computing, and so on and so forth. And then you have AI technology as well. AI can be on the cloud, it can be on your on-prem, and so on. But also you have blockchain, where you start to do mass decentralized applications, mass transactions, monitoring, and ensuring everything is secure. And once you have done all those things, it goes to advanced materials and technologies on the right-hand side. Okay, so this is the decision that you've made in manufacturing, for example. How do you do things? Or in construction, how can you then produce or use it to generate value? But we have the convergence technology, which is VR and AR. And this becomes the human-machine interface to all these data that we have just looked at, okay? So augmented reality and virtual reality allows you to do spatial computing, interact with your data, similar to what Tony Stark is doing. And I have some examples of what we're doing with Petronas as well. Both collectively, AR and VR, we term it extended reality together with mixed reality as well. So that's why my talk is about XR in AEC industry. Now, any one of you have actually tried a VR headset? I'm sure a lot of you have tried. Okay, that's good. What about an augmented reality headset? Like the HoloLens 2? Okay, see some hands up as well. That's really good. So, talking about VR and AR, VR basically when you wear the headset, you are totally disconnected to the real world. You are fully immersed in this virtual environment. Whereas augmented reality, you still see the real world, but digital elements appear in front of you, okay? So this is some samples of VR that we are doing with Petronas. We are building accurate representations of virtual worlds of their oil and gas platforms. And in this scenario, you can see 3 people collaborating and conducting site visits together on a virtual platform. And they are joining from various locations. So they are not necessarily in the same place, but one is in another office, one is in, actually it was in KLCC, Bangi, and also in my office in KL. So you can see one guy there, another guy on the right-hand side, and another guy taking the video. Okay, so there's 3 people in here. And this collaborative XR project was done in 2019. So this is 5 years ago. And we were already looking at collaborating in the so-called metaverse even before Facebook changed their name to Meta. Okay, so we were already looking at pushing the boundaries on using collaborative XR for design reviews, and so on and so forth. Another video for VR, if it's playing. Is it playing? Yeah. This is done for another facility. Again, multiple people joining in. They're conducting training. How to start up a plant. But in order to start up the plant, we need to understand the facility first, right? So we have this lobby-ish that we can have all these 3D models in. And now we are located on site. And we have training procedures in front of us. And we have chat. And we have a control room complete with CCTV. So you can actually see on the left-hand side a CCTV of the virtual plant. Okay? So we are mimicking real-life conditions here, where in reality there is a control room monitoring people in the actual site, and this is what we replicate in this metaverse that we're building for Petronas. Okay? So you got chats, you got the radio controllers. All these are fully interactive, and this is a digital twin based on 3D model complete with behavioral analytics data that I said just now. Okay, what happens when we do things, what happens when we not do things, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Talk about AR, augmented reality. So just now, when you wear the VR headsets, you're fully immersed in the virtual environment. For AR, this is an augmented reality headset. So I'm in my office, and you see the 3D models of the oil and gas facility. Similar to Tony Stark. You know, I said Tony Stark was my inspiration. We are literally creating similar environment like Tony Stark. Multiple data sets can come in, and then you have the dashboards at the back. These are all real-time data. It's highly interactive. We interact with the 3D models. So now you can see it's oil and gas facilities, but it's as easy as that. We can deploy using BIM models. You talk about BIM, Mirzam. Yeah, your name is mine, and my name is like Zamir. So, okay. So that's augmented reality. Another example. You can see the complexity of the data that we visualize. Okay, this is using photogrammetry technology, capturing a real-life facility, and I'm building this in this collaborative environment, collaborative metaverse, and with real-time data coming up as well. Okay, so these are the things that we are already doing with Petronas, and they have a huge appetite of using this technology to visualize 3D data sets, incorporate data, build 3D digital twins, and make decisions, make fast decisions together. Okay, and they're collaborating from anywhere in the world, actually. You have that capability as well. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. Talk about 3D digital twins. From our point of view, 3D digital twins are computational models. So now, just now, you know, some of the sharings that you have BIM, you can do all these analysis. If we start to integrate with data, we can have computational models. Okay, so we can do energy analysis, you can do spatial analysis, you can use internal air quality, HVAC design, and so on and so forth. So they become computational models. And it's being fed with real-time data or real data, design data, engineering, all your codes and standards and so on, being fed in to ensure compliance and so on and so forth. And I'm going to give you an example for the oil and gas industry. You know, consider this, there's an oil platform. And you've got loads and loads of systems on this oil platform. Okay, you've got separation systems, compression systems, Christmas trees, you know, water treatment, and so on and so forth. So many systems there. Now, each of these systems will give real-time data. Each of it will have IoT sensors. Each of it will have real-time sensors, CCTV sensors, and so on. And you have multiple other data sources as well. Engineering data sources, operational data sources, daily reports, daily operations. So data can be real-time, can be automated, on demand as well. So on demand means, you know, whenever I need something, I send someone or robot or a drone to go and pick up that data. So it's on-demand data. And then suddenly, for Petronas, for example, you have one platform just now, but now they have like a whole region of oil and gas facilities, oil and gas fields. So the data that comes in is extremely large, and you know, they have like petabytes of data stored, and you know, every day, close to 1 terabyte of data comes in. All these sensors, thousands and thousands of sensors they have there. Okay, and all this goes to a cloud computing platform, and they can do high performance computing analysis. You know, AI, machine learning. We've been talking about that this morning as well. How you can automate things, how you can make decisions faster, and so on and so forth. But you also have on-demand analysis as well. And then you get all these insights to make decisions, right? How do you operate? How can you improve? Optimize production, optimize choke, optimization of gas lift, blah, 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 and so on. So these are all the various operations in the oil and gas industry. And it goes back to the facility, that individual facility that we started to look at. And this then gives the engineers the decisions, to make decisions very quickly, right? And make the right decisions as well. Now, going to BIM. So you know, a place full of architects. So, you know, this is more relatable to you guys. Talking about BIM, from planning, from design, from building, and operating. So these are the 4 project life cycles. Okay, and this I took from the Autodesk website. It's not mine. But this is mine. I developed this project life cycle for BIM. Actually, this is applicable for multiple capital projects, not just BIM. You got robust data-driven design optimization. This is the design side. Okay, your conceptual engineering, your front-end engineering design, construction planning, scheduling, quantity takeoff, costing, and so on. So that's the design engineering side. Now, for you know, for architects or for the AEC industry, loads and loads of data, from GIS, from you know, all these water behavior, water tables, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. So many data sets are there, you know. So you need to have a way to incorporate all these things in your design, in your construction planning, and so on and so forth. And then it goes to EPCC. So if you go to design, so this is where the LOD 100, 200, 300, you know, comes in, designing all these things. And then you go to EPCC. It's more of, you know, managing construction processes in the most efficient way. So you have your EPCC contractor appointments, you know, based on 3D data. You can pecah-pecah, you can break down the different packages for your capital projects and so on. But you need interdiscipline coordination, okay? All these 3D, 4D, 5D modeling, blah, 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 from the different vendors, from the different, you know, you got your MEPs, you got your civil, blah, you know, and so on, your HVAC systems, and they need to have coordination as well, okay? And all these things all build to operations management, okay? Operations management will be, once the facility is ready, you want to make sure that it's operated well. All these things are 3D data, is based on 3D data. So from your, that's how important this BIM modeling is. Okay, if you're not already doing BIM, you should by now. And then do the AI stuff that June shared earlier, right? And then you can do the XR that I'm doing. But everything is driven by 3D data. So what you can also see is that on the right-hand side, these are the supporting digital technologies that can be used for digital transforming your processes using in the AEC construction. All these 3D planning software, you've got your internet connectivity, 5G, you've got your cloud high-performance computing, you've got your VR, AR, and XR technologies, the collaboration in the metaverse, drone or data capture, as well as smart sensors. You know, so these are the technologies that can assist in transforming your construction processes digitally. Now, I'm sharing you some examples of projects, design reviews that we are doing in this industrial metaverse that we're building for Petronas. Oh, the first one is not. The first one is just, we reduce the volume a bit. So this is an MRT design. I am using the HoloLens 2 devices to collaboratively review these designs with my colleague in a spatial computing environment. I see 3D models, not as 3D models on the screen, but 3D models in the space in front of me. Okay? So immediately this brings the third dimension into the architect's or the designer's power as well, in their control. You see the depth perception, okay? You see it as if it's a 3D printed object in front of you. So this is how we are using spatial computing and XR technology to do design reviews. And we can easily link all the metadata, you can easily link all the design data in there as well. The design is not mine. I was provided this to create a proof of concept. So I'm just visualizing it in this spatial environment. Okay, this is another one. People are talking about, JERA starting to talk about BIM to GIS. We can visualize geoinformation data in a spatial computing environment as well. Again, not limited by your screen. Okay, and that is JB City. That's Johor Bahru City. That's myself with my colleague. And you can see there's 3D models in there. It's not just a map. It's not just a flat surface. It's actually a 3D terrain, 3D maps complete with 3D models in there as well. So immediately, again, this is just visualizing the 3D data sets. We can bring real-time data in here as well. Flooding data, flood data, traffic data, design or urban planning data is all for town planners, and building these 3D digital twins for them to use. Okay, so just now we talk about for BIM, we are using 4D simulation as well. Petronas has been using 4D simulation for a while now. They're designing their platforms based on schedule, so the construction sequence. We are now extending this into this immersive environment, into this industrial metaverse, okay? Where we can see the schedule, we can see what would be the sequencing of the construction, the percentage, we can change based on discipline, and this allows for really powerful reviewing of all these, scheduling and costs and so on. And again, it's a collaborative environment. I'm not seeing this by myself. I'm seeing this together with my team, okay? And boleh gelak-gelak lagi dan sebagainya lah. So, so it becomes a very powerful tool to, make decisions in terms of, is this the design, is this the right schedule, and so on, And now we are also doing for design reviews, this is an actual project. I'm showcasing this remote collaboration, meaning if you're not there, you're somewhere else, you can also join in the discussion as well. It's represented by an avatar, okay? And you can bring your CAD models in there. So from somewhere else, you join in the design review and seeing these 3D data sets in front of you, okay? And then you can bring up your drawings, you can collaborate there, you can, mark up, discuss, all the voice scans, voice chats come in as well. And you can also make it real scale. So now I'm transported to that place. So you can immediately see measurements and you can see all these spatial requirements and so on. And this is a combination of virtual reality and augmented reality technology. Okay, it's a cross XR platform that we have developed and visualizing all these 3D data. So now they are back at at the original place, and you can see the 3D models again. Okay, so what I'm sharing with you today is that XR technology is just a visualization tool to see all your 3D data sets. But to make it to operationalize it, to create value for your company, you are visualizing the content. The content that you guys are visualizing would be the 3D digital twins of those facilities, of your design. That's where the data comes in. That's where, analysis comes in. That's where simulation comes in. And then we bring it and extend it to this XR environments for collaboration. Okay? So this is how, right now, we are using this technology for Petronas. I'm very proud to have our national oil company having this appetite to come up with new ways of working, come up with, preparing for the future workforce as well. And I'm hoping that this technology can also be implemented outside of oil and gas. Now we are trying to diversify to smart cities. We're trying to diversify to the construction industry. Okay, and I'm hoping that by you guys seeing my presentation, you get some ideas on how this technology can be utilized for your company, and also to create value for your clients as well. So. The drivers to data-driven 3D digital twins, all these advancement technologies, blah, 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 and so on. I'm going to skip that because I'm towards the end. All the, to be honest with you, I'm extremely impressed with timekeeping for this event. All the speakers follow the timing to the dot, so I'm going to do that as well. I don't want to take much time. Thank you so much for your attention. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You can search for my name, Zamir Rashid, and my company is on Facebook, Instagram, and now it's X. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zamir Rashid. You got a Tony Stark vibe about you as well, I think. Don't you think? He's got that persona and all that on stage. As excited as Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Of course, in this case, Tony Stark. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a 30-minute break. Please be advised that refreshments will be served on level 1 outside the gallery and level G below us. Please help yourself, have a good brunch, or breakfast, sorry, and we're back in the hall at 11:30 a.m. We are just as impressed that it's actually everybody is moving. Honestly, I'm just as surprised as all of you also. And we will begin as soon as I get the go-ahead from our organizers. We're basically just waiting for members of the audience to slowly trickle back into the hall. Zamir, Rashid. That's a really nice name as well. So far the names we got are quite exotic. Mirzam, Taiman, Zamir, Rashid. Oh, fantastic, man. Firadaus, Khazis, Ahmad, Syafiq. Oh. I know Zamir in Urdu means Swara Hati, so I'm wondering whether it means the same thing in Arabic as well. And yours, I know, obviously means what? Paradise. Firadaus, huh? Bahrain. In fact, that's where the English word paradise came from. The English word paradise comes from this word, Firadaus. Believe it or not. It's actually the other way around. Somebody laughing, coughing at my being sarcastic or what? Somebody coughing just now being sarcastic. Perli or sindiran or what? I hope not. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your patience. Kami menghargai kesabaran anda dan kami akan bermula sebentar lagi. Our two speakers, one Ahmad Syafiq. Is he in the hall right now? Can I see where he is in the hall? Mr. Wan Ahmad Syafiq. Dah sampai ke belum? Sila angkat tangan anda. Sila, jikalau nama anda Wan Ahmad Syafiq, sorry. Okay, apparently he's not in the hall. Paging Mr. Wan Ahmad Syafiq. Wan Ahmad Syafiq. Your flight is about to leave. No, but jokes aside, I mean, is he here in the hall? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin one last time, yeah? Don't forget to scan the QR codes for your CPD points before and after. Always remember you have to do it twice. And secondly, we have a lucky draw afterwards. We're going to let you know. So make sure that you drop your name cards outside, yeah? Mr. Wan Ahmad Syafiq. Can I have you front and center at the panel of chairs for the tetamu kehormat? Ada, is it? Mr. Wan Ahmad Syafiq? Oh, great. Right on time. Kinda. Okay, sekejap. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should begin. Is that okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, please kindly take your seats. We are about to begin with the following part of today's agenda. We have two more speakers for you before we go into the Q&A. So before I formally invite Mr. Wan Ahmad Syafiq on stage, I'd like to give you a little bit of background information. Mr. Wan Ahmad Syafiq is a senior business consultant engineer, and his career reflects a dynamic blend of Malaysian expertise and international exposure, including BIM projects in Indonesia and advanced training in South Korea. Mr. Syafiq's expertise lies in BIM and scan-to-BIM technologies gained through hands-on architectural experience. So, without further ado, I'd like to call upon Mr. Wan Ahmad Syafiq to please come on stage.
Hello. All right. Okay, hi, a little bit to afternoon, everyone. Yeah, a little bit left in the morning, everyone. Okay, so basically, thank you so much for Pertubuhan Architect Malaysia for inviting me and myself from BIMH Consulting Malaysia, and I'm representing BIMH Academy and me myself. you guys for sure doesn't know who I am first, all right? So this is me, okay? So my name is Syafiq, so this is my background basically. So have the architecture background also, right? So for sure, this is one terms of my achievement. So basically, it doesn't want to know, right? So what I'm gonna give a talk about today is about CAD to BIM, okay? So for surely, CAD to BIM is, how can I say? Is a movement, like basically our movement with Autodesk, okay? To ensure to giving the exposure to the CAD user on how to implement BIM within the company, okay? So basically, the construction industry is shifting from CAD to BIM right now, okay? Don't be left out, or you'll be left out, right? So this presentation explored each and every project activities, right? So the key performance indicator KPIs that I will cover for today is the design accuracy, right? The time efficiency, okay? Cost effectiveness, right? The collaboration, and the adaptability, okay? So basically, do you familiar with these things, right? For sure, yes. It's already around 35 years already monopoly our industry, okay? So these things are called as the technical drawing, okay? Or the 2D drawing that we produce, okay? So what software we use to make this, okay? So basically, the software that we use are AutoCAD. This is one of it. We have a lot CAD software. This is one of it, okay? So basically, this is how it looks, right? This is how it looks. Already familiar, right? So basically, what is CAD? You guys already know what is it, the computer aided design software, okay? So it is used for 2D drafting, and also the capability can do the 3D modeling, but it's kind of limited one, okay? And the key features is the precision and control, okay? Automated, and documentation, also for customization, okay? So how this CAD process affected the coordination, right? So our current coordination for those who doesn't implement BIM yet, okay? So basically over here, right, we have ourselves, the architects, okay? This is the construction players which involved with the CAD process, okay? We have these three guys. So what do you think these three guys are? The engineers. So what the kind of engineers they are, right? We have these three. This is the basic one, right? The most common one. We have the structure, mechanical, and also for electrical, right? And then, how the coordination comply, right? The architects finish the drawings and then pass to the others, right? And then, how about next one? Okay, the engineers finish up their drawings and then it will be something like this, okay? So it maybe looks like haywire, okay? So what of this effect? Okay, maybe for sure something like this will happen in your construction later on. I'm not trying to say any bad things, but I get this from the internet, but this is the results, okay? So it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad things, right? So I will show you on how this CAD process basically, this is a video, so try to digest a bit.
Hey! Tell Kevin we need to redo this wall! We have to demo it all! The electricians won't play ball!
Redesign the hall?
I'll tell Nathaniel. Material recall.
Okie dokie.
They're gonna fire Paul.
What did I do? Make it 3 feet tall! Free meatballs? I'm directing wrong!
Yeah, the pipe's too small!
Recall!
Hexagonal!
Horizontal? Greg!
This guy
We
coming.
need to install a waterfall.
Last. From the first beginning,
Be on the same page at every stage.
Where's Paul?
okay, what do you guys get from that haywire? Now you see, okay? So this video, right? So the first, how they communicate to each other, also get from the first information until the end. It's all like we play from, you know, we queuing from the beginning, tell the first word, what's the end of the person gets, who knows, right? So this is the result, right? So is there any solution for this? Now we come up with this CAD to BIM. So for sure, BIM. Everyone how can I say this? It's basically everyone is already know, right? So what is BIM? Building information modeling, right? More than just modeling software, right? Let's say I always get a, misunderstanding from the misconception for everyone, right? Let's say that, oh, I can use this software, I can do BIM. No, basically, BIM is a process on how you execute with that tools. That's the truth. Okay? How you use the tools within the BIM process. That's the correct one. It's not that, oh, I use this, just some kind of software and so on, and then you already can use BIM. I know, right? The software that you use implement the BIM process. That is correct. Okay? From here. Okay, I'm quite excited, so it's kind of, quite hard to breathe now. Okay? Right? So it involves the creation and management also. Okay, so the key features for this BIM, right, the 3D modeling with data. Okay? And also collaboration between all of those construction players. Okay? Like the video that we just saw. Right? So now with BIM, everyone in the same line, in the same information. Okay? Life cycle management. Right? Already explained by Mirzam just now. Okay? On how we begin from the conceptual until the end to the demolition and reuse. Okay? And for the simulation and visualization, 4D and 5D. Okay? 4D meaning for the CPM, for the work program, and 5D means for the cost estimation. Right? So why we need to transition to BIM? Okay? So this is it. We have very limited on the limitation on the 2D drawings. Okay? It's very static and disconnected data. Right? High potential for errors and miscommunications. Okay? And that one, time consuming also is quite affected. I will show you the results at the end. Okay? It's now the benefits of BIM. Integrated, intelligent, improved accuracy, efficiency, enhanced collaboration, and communication. Okay? Everything's good, right? Everything's bad on CAD. Okay? So, now this is the advancement in CAD and BIM, right? So, in BIM, we have the cloud computing, integration for IoT, like Mr. From Innovim just now, I just forgot the name, sorry. Okay? And also for advanced VR and AR for this construction process. And also for CAD, integration for AI and machine learning, also now they try to adapt it together. Okay? And enhance in terms of 3D modeling capabilities. Okay? And now within this BIM and CAD, right, we have the BIM models, right? Very dynamic, very interconnected for the 3D models, rich data integration. Example, can change automatically everything. Compared to CAD, right? Separated, static, and limited. Okay? I just showed the back about CAD. Right? So, this is what the main purpose that I want to show you. Right? The BIM experiment collaboration that we have done with UMP, University Malaysia Pahang. Okay? So, the objective for this project, basically, is to compare the productivity between the BIM and CAD process workflows, right? How it is delivered until the end, right? So this is the methodology of the project. Okay, we begin at the pre-experiment, data collection, and also for data analysis at the end. Okay, right? How the data collection we collect? We monitor and track time for those guys. Okay, and we conduct the deliverable audit, checking, right? And also produced by the respondent. Who is the respondent we take? So we take the 5 CAD users, right? Practice within the architecture firm, basically 3 to 9 years of working experience. He's quite experienced guy in CAD, right? And then we take the Revit users or the BIM modelers, okay? 5%, right? Practice in BIM consultancy, like 3 to 7 years in construction project, and another 5% in quantity surveyors, right? So around 5 to 11 years of working experience, okay? So this respondent are giving the task. So these are the tasks that we give to them, okay? From the case 1 until case 10, right? Case 1 until case 10. So case one, we can see here the results. This is an actual experiment, not my mind, bukan my mind. So time saving with Revit, we can see here why, when we use Revit compared to CAD. Okay, take a lot of time as difference, right? This is for architecture. This is for the structure. Okay, this is for the sheet production on how you make the title block, how you make the sheets. Okay. Yeah, more than 50%, like 90% time saving there. Okay, and also for corrective authoring, right? Like the redos and so on. Yep, also take a short time in terms of make it done. Okay, and also for case 5, the quantification. Now this is where we save time for the QS, right? If you consume around 200 minutes, right? Compare, and also for 1,000 minutes if you're using CAD, but why using BIM? Maybe 2 or 3 clicks, 10 minutes only you can finish everything for the quantification based on your completeness of your BIM model. Okay? Or the cost estimation also, right? The takeoff. Tak perlu tunggu lama-lama, no need to wait around 1 week to produce the BQ. Okay? SOA. For CAD process, we need to do it manually, count one by one. Okay? Now this is the result. No need to do it one by one from A to Z. Okay? Because when you start with it with BIM, you're already at the end. Okay? It's just like a few clicks you can get the numbers. Also for the drawing schedule. Yeah, BIM still winning, yeah? Yeah? Clash analysis, right? So the terms of clash analysis, like we do for the mesyuarat koordinasi, the coordination meeting among the discipline, among the consultants, okay? But with this clash analysis, yes, we have saved time for them. We have saved time. If time is saved, budget also is saved. Okay? We can see here, yeah, BIM is still winning. Okay? I still kutuk CAD, BIM still okay, yeah? Alright? So time saving Revit for the design review. Okay? Still got the difference there, yeah? BIM is still winning. Okay? So for sure, lastly, here, you can see how is the result. Okay? So it's taken by the data tabulation of time taken, okay, completeness, accuracy, and deliverables. Alright? So time saving using BIM versus conventional. Now you can see here the results. Okay? Right? So based on that thing, this is the outcome of it. 59% of overall time saving. Okay? 71% of overall time saving based on completeness and accuracy. Still in CAD, yeah? Now it's time to CAD, to BIM. Now this is what the movement that we are doing right now. Bringing everyone the exposure, right? On how to jump into the BIM. Okay? This is the detailed result, right? BIM is still winning. Okay, the key performance, right? Everything of each of these is achievable, right? The most things, the good one is cost effectiveness, right? Where you can see, where you know, while BIM has a higher upfront cost, right? From the beginning, we can see BIM is quite high in terms of pricing. But what you know, at the end, after that, everything is reduced. Everything. Okay? Right? So this is for the CAD to BIM story that I have managed to, how can I say, to change from the CAD users to BIM. This is most of it, guys, right? We have the architects there. We have also the QS there, right? Also for the main con, even Majlis also, okay? Also for the main dev. Managed to, now they are transferring from CAD to BIM, okay? So how to implement? Do not worry, okay? Training education is the first thing, right? Now you get the exposure, and this is how you implement, okay? Integration within the process, use a pilot project to do the BIM project, okay? So every single of this implementation, you need to implement, okay? So the future of BIM, right? So basically every single guys, every single construction players over here that you can see over there is involved within the BIM, okay? Not once left out, right? So this is the future. Integration within IoT, as mentioned by Innovim just now, right? use AR and VR, okay, AI, machine learning, and also for sustainability. This is it. All right. So the conclusion. Based on this, BIM, transformative, enhanced accuracy and calibration. The transition from 2D CAD to BIM is a strategic move for everyone. Even we ourselves as architects, we are the one who need to start. Who else? Okay? This is CAD to BIM. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmad Syafiq. Also on time. Wonderful. In fact, 5 minutes earlier than expected. So you can go and have a 5-minute coffee break if you want. No. Let's proceed to the next part, the final speaker of the day. At this point, I would like to call upon architect Firadaus Khazis to come onto the stage for his presentation. But of course, it's before I do, I'd like to give you a little bit of a bio. Architect Firadaus Khazis, the principal of Firadaus Khazis Architects, has a passion for technology and innovative construction methods, and has showcased and worked notable events such as the Kuala Lumpur Design Festival and ARC 2024 in Jakarta. In 2023, he also designed and built the GAS Pavilion for PAM Pavilion 2023. So, I'm very happy to say, I'd like to call upon architect Firadaus Khazis to please come on to the stage.
Very good afternoon. My name is Firadaus Khazis. I'm the principal of Firadaus Khazis Architect. We are just small firm. We established in 2019, and before the COVID hit, we have a lot of small projects. Very rare we do big projects. All our big projects are on papers. And our small project, fortunately, we get it built, and we got formula to make it built. But because today is our topic is mostly about technologies, so I'm going to focus 3 of the projects that we have done, and it's purely based on parametric. So I will divide the projects into 3 scales. There's small, medium, and big. 2 of it is the one that we did under FKA, and 1 of it is the one that I did when I was in university. So a little bit about myself. I'm from Taiping, Perak. I had my foundation in Taylor's, and then I did my degree in University of Melbourne. Then I came back to work for ZLG Design. Then I went back to Melbourne to finish up my master. Did an exchange in University of Stuttgart. I worked for ZLG Design before, ZSR Architecture Venture, and a little bit of time at DTLM Architect before I established my own. So how does it work? So the mechanism that we have is Firadaus Khazis Architect is the design and the think tank. And then I established a Space Lab, a company called Space Lab Design Build. So Space Lab was supposedly to be the experimental work and the arms to deliver the construction of whatever we have. So it's a registered company with CIDB. And then along the way, after 5 years, we thought that we have experimental work and the real construction work that FKA supply to Space Lab is all junking into Space Lab. So we established another one, which is FKB. So it's like FKA and FKB. So FKB is the Firadaus Khazis built. So we are transferring all the construction works under FKB at the moment, and we want to preserve Space Lab as experimental work and installation work. And to do so, to make it happen, I just launched another company called Craft. So Craft is actually a cabinetry and steelwork company that going to assist Space Lab and FKB for all the construction work and installation work. So today, my topic is performative architecture. Performative architecture is an architecture using digital technologies to challenge the way the built environment is designed. It's quite common nowadays. We can see Zaha Hadid doing so. Shigeru Ben, Jack Ingalls, I think the image got cropped.
And also during student time, Architecture Association, AA, also implement that to the students. And parametric, performative architecture is like combinations of parametric work. And then some architect use it also for furniture design. I apologize because the image get cropped. I do not know why. And some designers use it for jewelry designs. So the common design tools that we always use, apologize, half of the slides, images got cropped. Do not know, maybe because of the different versions of it, but we're just going through. Although the image is not there. So the common design tools that we use for parametric designs is Rhino and also Grasshopper. The other one is the Revit and Dynamo. For Rhino, okay, for Rhino, it worked the other way than conventional 3D. If you use conventional 3D like SketchUp, you get a real-time 3D software where you can build it from zero. But for Grasshopper, the plugin of Rhino, what it does is you set up the parameter. That's why it's called parametric. For example, the 3D, the lifetime, real-time 3D software, you are not doing anything on it. You just set one point for it. And then what you need to do is you need to set the parameter. And then from one point, you assign whether you want what kind of shape you want. In this case, I assign it to be rectangle. And then from there, I connect to another parameter to copy it, to move it around, and to rotate it. And it turns out like that. Okay, so back then in 2010, parametric is not so common. It was a bit alien. So I was in University of Melbourne, and that time RMIT was a rival to Melbourne Uni. I finished up my degree in 2010, and I asked my program coordinator whether there will be a parametric course during master program, and they said that they are planning for it. And because of that, I took a year off just to work. And then when I came back in 2011, they already ran one studio called Skin Studio. I missed the 2010 Skin Studio. And then I applied for 2011 Skin Studio 2. Melbourne Uni program worked differently than Malaysia architecture program. The way it works is they have like 200, 300 master students. And then everyone have to fight each other to apply for studio. So it's not like everyone have to do the same studio. You have to fight among each other. And for 300 students, only 15 might get selected for the parametric studio. So during my time, 2011, I didn't get into Skin Studio 2. And then the next semester, I got into Performative Architecture Studio. So a precedent study. So this is the work from the Skin Studio 1. What they have to do is they need to use parametric software to design and decorate a ceiling at architecture school lobby. So they have done a lot of samples and iterations, and that's the final product. Okay, so unlike typical architecture studio, the students are required to work in group of 15 people. Within 12 weeks, they need to design, they need to explore the software, and they need to build. So that need to happen within 12 weeks. So the next semester, which I applied and I couldn't get in, is also Skin Studio. Apologize for the image. There's only one image actually. So what happened in University of Melbourne is there was a steel staircase right in the middle of the atrium, and the assignment was to ask all the students in the Skin Studio to design a facade for the steel staircase. So from there, what they did is they designed the facade. From the Parametric software, they assigned a skin of the steel staircase, and then they subdivide it. From the subdivisions, then they find a points of interest where when someone uses the staircase, they will stop and look upon the atrium. There are multiple viewing points. So from the viewing points, the subdivisions, they control the size of the subdivisions. And that become the point where they will make a bigger openings. Some iterations, colors iterations, and then they did the real actual mock-up, the 3D renderings, and that's the real one. So these two studios, I was actually fortunate for not being selected for this studio, because what happened is the two Skin Studio, all the 15 students for each semester couldn't finish on time, so they need to extend like a week or 2 weeks, so they couldn't get result on time. So when it come to my time, where I got into Performative Architecture Studio in 2011, Melbourne University announced that they're going to tear down the old buildings. So we were thinking that because this studio is about you contributing back to Melbourne University, to the building, but if they are tearing down, means that all the effort will be gone. So those who are selected, we thought about creating a brief where the brief is to design an installations that is portable and can be carried to different event spaces. The design must be able to be fabricated within a month. So we were warned by the program coordinator, say that Parametric Studio always causing delay in university to issue out result. So we only be given 1 month to make the productions, and then we need to make it portable, because once the building tear down, we don't want it to be washed away with the building. So we thought about material first before we start design. The material needs to be light material and flexible. After brainstorming, we come to 2 material, which is polyester fabric and air. There's a picture of fan there, got cropped. So there are 2 material that we're going to use for these installations. So back to this, small, medium, and big. Actually, the time a bit mess up. I did that one first, the big one, but I will explain to you the small and the medium. So in last year, October or September, I got called to invitations to participate in installations at Museum Telecom. It's under Kuala Lumpur Design Festival. That's Museum Telecom. And the brief was to build 3 meter by 3 meter installations. And the one that I did before during my uni year was like 40 feet by 40 feet, 12 meter by 12 meter. So I need to shrink down to 3 meter to 3 meter. And the same thought that I had, it need to be portable, flexible. So the first thing I did is, because it's going to be parametric, to set up the skeleton of the structure. And then from there, using function loft, L-O-F-T, to connect all the skeletons and create a surface. And from there, we start to subdivide it, and we will make decision which parts that we want it to be solid and which part is going to be transparent. So we thought about the entrance as well. And then when it comes to fabrications, we start to think about, we couldn't make a lot of subdivisions. If you see this one, each of the dots that create the rectangle is actually one subdivisions. that means you need to do a lot of stitching for it. So we simplify the subdivisions. We simplify until we only need 32 pieces to stitch it because it's only a month for productions. And then the good thing about Parametric is once you design the parametric form in the software, you can unroll it and then you can print it for fabrications. And in this case, seems like there's no limit for us to do anything that we want, but actually there are limits. So the limits are the size constraints because we are printing it in our office plotter. The size of the office plotter maximum can go by 1.1 meter by 3 meters. So we have to keep all the subdivisions or the parts within that size before we print it. And another problem that we had is the canvas size. The fabric that we bought, the length is only 1 meter, but it goes, no, the width is 1 meter, but it goes up to 35 meters. So from the left to right, we have to keep it within 1 meter, and the length, total length is 3 meters. We start to print out and do mock-up because what happened is it's so hard to find fabricators that can do within a month. And we are lucky because we talked to Jekyll. We bought the fabric from Jekyll, and Jekyll said that, okay, he got workers that can help us. And then the problem that we had is the workers doesn't speak Malay at all. So we were thinking like, okay, we only left 2 weeks, I think, at that point of time. What we did is we print out that into smaller scale. We joined up to explain how the fabrication is going to be. That's the size of the fabric. That's the fabric productions. And we managed to deliver on time. The size, because it's 3 meter by 3 meter, is quite small. Mostly kids enjoy it, but the adults feel a bit cramped. What we like about this is it reflects the lights when the space is dark. And then after the installation exhibition at Museum Telecom was over, we were invited to go down KL. So we brought over the installation to KL because it can be portable. Again, kids love it. So post-mortem about what we have done is, although we designed it in that shape, that was what the intention is, to reach at least 2.1 meter height, but the way air react in structure, it gives even distributions to the surface, so it will go down and become a bit bubbly. And then after that, like a month after that, we got invitations to participate for an installation in Jakarta. So the event called Arch ID. Arch ID is like architects in Malaysia. So all the Indonesian will gather there to learn about materiality and to find suppliers. So it was in Jakarta, and the venue is ICBSD. It's in a hall. So same idea. We thought that we're going to make it large. So this time around, we got a size of 6 meter by 6 meter. Again, it was last minute call, so we don't have time to redesign much. So, but what we thought is, previously we have this opening where we have the clear plastic, and a lot of kids love to communicate and visual interact with the one inside. So we thought of transforming that into a proper window. So the design for this one, what we're trying is to add windows opening, looking like tentacles. But then towards the end, we decided to move all the windows on one side. And again, mock-up. Can I have play video? And this time around, because the size is big, so we can make 4 divisions in y-axis and 20 division in x-axis. But we are still limited by 1 meter times 3 meter because of the plotter size. So this the workers. They don't speak Malay. And I was lucky that during this time, I had an intern from Tanzania. So he helped me to communicate with them so we can do more crazy shapes. The production took us about 2 weeks to produce. And then once completed, we tried out in our office and we found that it's a bit kind of too lame, I would say, because the fabric that we got is polyester fabric. The colors is a bit yellowish, it's not pure white. And then we thought about giving a dye colors to it, so we did experiments with 2 colors, one orange to red, we combined it together. The other one is purple to red, and then we decided to go with orange and red. So that's a process of dyeing in the office. And then when we reached to Jakarta, we have to iron the fabrics. So it took us the whole room to iron it out, to make it flat again, because we jumble and buckle it up in our baggage. And that is our installation space. Can help play video. So this time around we make it bigger. And as you can see, the bottom part, we make it transparent plastic. The reason because a lot of visitors want to use their shoes, they want to take off their shoes, because the fabric is a bit fragile, so that's why we use plastic at the bottom, and we want to create the effect of the installation floating. So that's when it fully inflates. Play with colors, and you notice on the left there's a miscommunication happens. They install our window upside down, so it's turned out like that. So I think, yeah, a bit hard to communicate with the fabricator. The inside, this is the inside. You entered from one end, that is the door, and you got the window, and the bottom part is transparent. And then after 4 days, we need to pack back. We need to move out all the air and flat pack into our bag. Okay, this one is the project that I did with my studios mate, which was 13 years ago. Yeah, I think 13 years ago. No, 13 years ago, right. Okay, so for this one it's a bit more complicated because we have 15 of us, and the expectation is very high. This is where I learned parametric, and I learned how to sew and how to deliver this project. So what we are expected to do is we need to tackle 4 elements. The first one is geometry, the design itself. 2 is scripting. 3 is equipment, and 4th is fabrications. So it was in 2011. Okay, so we explore geometry. We use Maya to explore at first. So with Maya we create all this form, and the good thing about Maya is it have pneumatic function where you can press that button and then it can inflate your structure. And then from there we start to explore how the form going to be. So with parametric, as you can see on the right is the grasshopper script from Rhino, and then number 1 is the form. The early form that we create is we just make 2 lines, and from the 2 lines we assign in the script we want a middle hexagon, and then the middle hexagon then copy it, make it array, and then change in size, and all these hexagons and then connected become a loft and surface. And then we also do mapping, visual mapping. So the idea about this installation is we want people to feel like they are in a forest where they can see a bit outside, a bit of sunshine when they standing under the trees. And then we start to unroll it. And this was the form. So you can see that 3 forms are about the same because I was the lead designer for this one. So I used that for the other 2, which is the KLDF and also HID. But this one is double than the one that we had at ground floor today. So we have alternate of plastic PVC and also the fabric. Okay. At the same time, what we need to do is the scripting. So what we did was we write a JavaScript script, and we project on the installations. Can play video. So this, on the left is a JavaScript. So all 15 of us need to master JavaScript. And what it does is we need to create agents. And the agents, we have to put behavior and parameter. So what are the parameter is whether they want to repel among themselves or whether they want to go together with them. And also the parameter is about the speed. We tested out the colors explorations. So you can see that the video actually shows the agent moving. So it's all controlled in this script. Exploit on the colors, and we finalize the final script, which is going to be a static agent. And then what we wanted to do is we want to have another kind of factor from outside, physical factors that will actually activate the agents. So most of the agents are in their sleep modes, but once they are activated, they get agitated. And then we also have to learn this software is called Cycling 74. So what Cycling 74 do is it connects all the equipments together. I think a lot of nightclubs use this software. This software will arrange your lightings, your sound speakers, and coordinate everything with the DJs. So this is the software. So we learn this software, and then this software is the one that connects the sensor. So that's our sensor, and the sensor connect to our computer, and the computer will tell whether there is someone coming nearby to the sensor. And then you can see that is the lantern. When we did deliver the project, we found that the sensor is doesn't work well in dark. So what we need to do is we need to create a lantern, and the lantern is the light that we carry through. And then when the lantern is carried through nearby the sensor, the agent get agitated. So that's agent moving around because the sensor is nearby. So when the lantern sits in the middle, all the agents become. And one thing about the two installation that I did before, the KLDF and ArchID, I couldn't get the same material as we did in 2011. So that's what lacking in Malaysia. It's very hard to get material, especially fabric. Like this one here, we easily get it off the shelf. Some of the views. So that's 11 of us that deliver the work. installation, you guys are welcome to visit the Arch ID installations at ground floor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Architect Firadaus, Khazis. Thank you so much. Always nice to see local talent displaying your talents in the international arena. In this case, of course, all the way in Indonesia. So let's give him all our speakers a round of applause. And now I would like to invite our speakers back on stage for the Q&A. And of course, I would like to invite Architect Chow as well to be the moderator. Shall we get the chairs on top here, please? Can we have all the speakers back on stage? I'm going to call you one by one. I'd like to have Architect Mirzam Taiman, Architect Chow, Mr. Zamir Rashid, Mr. Ahmad Syafiq, and finally, of course, Architect Firadaus. We are setting up the stage right now. As you can see, the chairs are being placed. So very straightforward. If you have a question, once the Q&A starts, when you have a question, raise your hand. Someone will come to you with the mic. Introduce yourself, where you're from. The question should be either, of course, directed at one individual, or if the question is for everyone, then you can just say it's for everyone. Okay? So it's been an exciting day so far. We'd like to ask, would you like to proceed first? Architect Chow.
Yeah. So while we wait for the question to come in to the Slido, I just want to ask, how do we propagate or advocate the value of adopting technologies that are usually not in the pipeline of the construction industry, besides BIM, of course, to our potential client? How do we advocate that this new adoption of technology can bring value to their project, or even, get them into embarking a journey with you to explore and experiment? Any one of you want to take the question? Jun? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, Zamir?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. I think everyone have to, first of all, I think we are in a market where most of the bosses, most of the people who make decisions are finance people. Most I'm saying in general, right, in the industry. Architects, you guys of course are technical people, you guys do the design and things like that, but when you look at clients, all the major corporations, GLCs and things like that, they are mainly looking at numbers. So usually if I go and see, major clients and whatever, the first thing they will say, what's my ROI, when I can get my money back, and that is a big blocker to this technology adoption and so on. So I think it is not something that's going to change overnight. What we can do, what I can do as a technology person, right? I'm pushing the envelope all the time in terms of how we operationalize. I should use the word operationalize these technologies, because if you just implement technology like for gimmicks or for testing, for showcases and things like that, those are not operationalizing. Operationalizing is how you're using AI technology. For example, Jun showed her workflows in coming up with designs. That's operationalizing generative AI technology in your design process. We are building AI digital twins and collaborative XR deployment, trying to operationalize it in operations, trying to create value. It's a tough ask. It's a tough, and that's why I still don't drive a Lamborghini, because not many clients want to try and invest. What we can do is just awareness. That's why I'm really appreciative from PAM from giving me the opportunity to share what we can do, open some eyes, probably with those who may not have known before. But I think this is the only thing that we can do at the moment. Create awareness. What my team is doing right now is trying to simplify the workflow process, creating PaaS models, PaaS platforms, cloud-based deployments, creating all these new R&D for faster deployment, faster operationalization of the technology, and hoping that the industry will catch up lah. But otherwise, being realistic, right? It's very tough until we are 5 years backwards than other people. Just to another point that I started up Innovim Indonesia, so we have an Innovim Indonesia in 2016. My company started 2013. We started up Innovim Indonesia in 2016. They are much bigger than us now, from revenue and from number of people as well. So their growth is skyrocketing. So even with Indonesia, we are lagging behind. Right? So the only thing that we as technology practitioners can do is just promote awareness, trying to improve R&D and so much. That's all. I mean, unfortunately, it's a bit pessimistic in terms of.
So sorry to the other speaker while we are on it, but I will just have a follow-up question. The idea of value proposition, or rather cost reduction, I could almost see it, because if the oil rig in Uzbek, for example, and then the decision makers is from KL, they need to review the drawing on the models. It's easier or faster or cheaper in a way to do that. But I was just wondering, the follow-up question actually is there any military application, for example, training people in submarine or tanks, rather than do that very expensive exercise, they can do it in digital world first?
I think 60-70% of my Innovim Indonesia revenue is from military.
Wow, okay.
And they are miles ahead from everyone else,
right.
At least that we know of. And they're doing simulators. They are incorporating AI in their, in their apa lapang tembak in English?
Rifle range?
Shooting range.
Shooting range, yeah.
So their shooting range is all AI driven. So they have cameras, they have computer vision, and my team in Indonesia helps set that up as well. And then we have training simulators in virtual environments. So the AAU, Akademi Angkatan Udara, the RRL, Akademi Angkatan Laut, police. Even our first breakthrough for that industry, right? We develop 3D computer-based training for K9 units. So we build 3D.
So the dogs wear the headset?
No. Unfortunately not. I would love if the dogs wear headsets, but we develop content based on, we do motion capture for the dogs and a lot of things that we develop based on that. So from there we went to traffic, and then now we're doing for Air Force and things like that. So in Malaysia, unfortunately, we are not. Well, I have not seen. They do have a lot of simulators. I have to say, our army is not that backwards lah.
Right.
But in terms of appetite for doing smaller things, doing piloting, testing new technology, probably in Malaysia they go major. They go like 100 million, 200 million projects straight away. But in Indonesia they do like smaller projects, agile, trying to introduce, check their validity of value creation and so on and so forth. So there's a bit different approach lah. And if I don't know a Tan Sri or Datuk, I can't get projects in Malaysia lah. Right, so yeah.
It's okay. Hujan batu di negeri sendiri.
Correct.
That's the Malay idioms. June, maybe something from you. How do you think you can advocate the adoption of technology? Or you don't tell clients, this is just part of your back end, how you deliver your work?
I did started to tell clients that I use AI. I tell them that I use AI to generate concepts, most importantly. And I also show them options and ask them what, I have some options here, what would you like to see, It's very important to start to share with our clients what actually is going on, because this is something added value to your service. Because when everyone knows AI, then someone is wondering, because you are also wondering, you're so curious what I show you in my presentation. How about your clients? How about big companies, They look at that too, and then they want to look at you. Where are you standing? Are you still using the conventional way? But I would say a good architecture design does not need AI. Actually, yes. I mean, so many years you are doing, award-winning designs. Do you really need AI? No. If you think it's not needed. AI is just an alternative. And then if it saves your time, you can invest on it. But would you compromise with your fees because time is shorter? So that's up to you. Thank you.
A follow-up question from that. Some anonymous asked, after you're done, generate some images from Midjourney and come up with those fancy forms. Can AI convert the drawings to parallel projection drawings like plans and elevations?
Actually, yes. There are a lot of ways now. Last year, I may not be able to answer you because I'm not sure. But slowly, I saw things like there are some tools actually can slowly or partially convert the Midjourney images. If you take a few, you know, or you generate a few with similarities, let's say, it can come back to combine it in some ways, but you won't get 100% what the 3D model would be. But something is happening. I can tell you maybe 6 months later, this is doable.
Thank you. Syafiq, there is a lot of, since you are not actually an architectural consultant, people ask, is there a way that we can advocate other disciplines in the building and construction industry to get on board with BIM, or is it something that everybody kind of like secretly agree that to leave the modeling part to the architects? Okay, this is their question, not mine. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. So basically, based on this, I have faced a few situations, all right?
Sure.
So one of it, that question, yes. I faced that situation also. So most of the consultants just give to the architects, finish up all the BIM modelers. But for sure, in the later on, these kind of things, better just give all of the projects to architects lah. That's the terms lah. Okay. So we just easy words to say this. BIM is just a new technology. It's not a new, it's just a long time ago. It's already implemented. But in Malaysia, we're starting to shifting. Right? So basically, what I can say is, everyone needs to know because it's a new thing that can help all of the peoples, all of the construction players, all of the consultants to save their time, to save their money also. Okay? Not just rather you pay someone else to do your BIM modeling. No, you just learn, and you can do. Okay? Not just taking the part that's saying that this architect can do the BIM modeling. Okay, please do all of the modeling and I pay you. Oh, rugi lah. Rugi lah. Better you learn. That's the thing lah. Now that we can go to the fully digitalization, everything.
Okay, thank you so much. Since Fira is doing this, Anonymous again asked, why Rhino/Grasshopper workflow are less common than CAD SketchUp workflow? I think your office do both. So why do you think there is like adoption issues? Not adoption issues lah, but maybe preference by practices.
Okay, I think it's about our industry and how clients' expectations. Because what happened now is client expectation and also our budgets is more towards SketchUp kind of thing.
Value?
It's because what Rhino can do is more fluid. It's more fluid than SketchUp. So if you use Rhino to do what SketchUp can do, it's kind of overdue because of one, you spend more time actually on Rhino because the way Rhino works is like a 3D of AutoCAD.
Nodes, right?
Nodes by nodes. Yeah, it's based on nodes and you connect the nodes and then you create form. And then if you use Parametric, it's even more detailed than that. But SketchUp on the other hand, is more like surface plane. You do surface, you extrude it, and that's what the industry expected from us. Unless if you have a very good clients that willing to spend or to pay you more hour, because when you use Rhino, definitely you need more hours because of the fluidity. You can produce more, especially for the ramps. All this while, when I design apartments and car park podium, I always use Rhino for my ramps. Then only I come back to SketchUp. I export that ramp, put into my SketchUp. I can do double helix, triple helix, anything in Rhino. and then put into my SketchUp. So facade, normally I do in Rhino and then bring back into SketchUp. So it's kind of not entirely that you need Rhino, but you can use SketchUp and mix and match. And it's faster in SketchUp actually, if it's a conventional way.
Conventional buildings.
Conventional building, conventional clients that you don't need to have a fancy shapes, just use SketchUp.
Yeah, thank you. So another one from Faiz, using Gen AI for projects, referring to June, I guess. Have you experienced where the client argue for less fee or more iterations, since in their point of view, the architect is just doing click, click only. This is what they wrote verbatim, click, click only.
I think when every time if we are to face our client, let's say we want to present our things, right? So let me ask you again, are you going to show your client 100 designs and let them choose? No, right? You don't. Why? Because you are the architect. I mean, I am the architect. I will shortlist. I will choose, yes. I will, because I'm the one who determines what's the best, isn't it? I mean, the client trusts me. And then that's where my hard work is there. So I don't think my client is interested in seeing all the hard work, except, let's say, the client wants to see the perspective. A few of the best that I got, right? So when I come up with Gen AI designs, I have the images, I filter out, but I would say I won't bring the mid-journey image directly to my client. This is something is aesthetic still, right? Because when you look at the picture, where's the floor plan? Where's the elevation? Where's your diagrammatic design? We all know that, right? Space planning. So what is actually more convincing? If you have a mid-journey image, if you can't match to what actually you are really designing, then mid-journey is nothing to me. So if you want to use that, really bring it to another program, start to visualize that, or build up the 3D. You can go back to SketchUp from mid-journey. It's the same. And then build it up and do it a proper presentation. But mid-journey can save you time for exploring iterations. Thank you.
So for Mirzam, somebody said that this sharing are very good and should be streamlined to current school syllabus. In your case, I think BIM is fairly, some school practice it or put it into part of the syllabus, but do you think that the integration to other technologies, for example, exporting it to be experienced in VR or MR environment should be extended? Or what do you think about schools?
Okay, right now schools of architecture is exposing into BIM. Okay, and then it's a good opportunity if they have also exposure on AI, latest AI technology, and then add on to parametric, okay, as well as the VR and XR also. If they have, they can buy or invest into technologies to expose the students into that technologies, or call like the consultants like Zamir to expose the students. Okay, that's such a good start. And then secondly, the student is well exposed after they get out from the graduate from the universities or college, and then they can adapt new technologies later on. Okay.
So yeah, Zamir.
I just want to ask, because I'm not from this industry, right? How much is actually BIM implemented in actual projects right now? I mean, percentage-wise, if we can have, is it 100%, or is
Total
it
project procured, and how much of that is BIM?
No, I mean, no, not the percentage. In terms of, say, JKR, right, or government projects,
Right.
is it all needs to be BIM? Do you need to have a BIM model for that, for example, right? And I understand there's also some levels of maturity to it, BIM maturity levels and things like that, right? So what's the status of BIM implementation in Malaysia lah, as someone that's not in this industry? Because when we talk about 3D modeling, right, I'm from the oil and gas industry. I think now 100% of oil and gas capital projects are done using 3D models. And this has been going since 2000, 2001, 2002, you know, so it's been 20 years already where all you know, designed in 3D. So we talk about in this industry, in architecture, engineering, construction, right? All these capital projects, buildings, civil, infra. How much actually is BIM being used, and the maturity levels and so on? So it's a question to all architects.
I don't have the answer, to be honest. So, but there are questions for you. So this is food for thought. If anyone knows, just put in the Slido. I will happily report to the hall.
But I think as PAM, you should know, right?
We don't have that survey,
don't have
to
that.
be honest.
Yeah, right now, we just according to
Our
the cost.
members are hush-hush, kind of like, you know, sendiri makan, sendiri senyap lah. Makan senyap.
Right,
But it's okay. So the idea was really to start a studio or start a portion of your studio to have this technology. One person asked, what are some of the tools or hardware, I think, that you can recommend besides HoloLens for XR, and of course, what is the cost look like?
I think there's a lot of off-the-shelf software that can be immediately, like today, you go back to your studio, immediately deploy. Subscription-based software. You pay Autodesk a certain amount, right? For example, you use Revit or whatever it is. The cost for VR or XR technology implementation is as low as like $5 a month, $10 a month per user, whatever it is. And immediately you can explore bringing your designs from software like Revit or Navisworks or whatever it is into these VR environments. There's so many. Off the top of my head, there's Iris VR, there's The Wild, there's AR Collab, there's so many. I mean, just off the top of my head, there's 3 of them. So those software allow you to just use like the MetaQuest devices. Those are quite cheap as well, about 2,000-3,000 ringgit. And you know, with a software license of $5-10 a month, you know, you can immediately bring all these 3D designs into these immersive environments, doing walkthroughs and things like that. That is, you know, off the shelf, specific for architecture and so on. What we develop are custom 3D digital twins where data masuk, all these real-time information, integration with AI, integration with data. So that may require a bigger investment lah. You know, so but to start off with VR technology, by all means, and most of you, I'm guessing, have, you know, your own architect firms and things like that. Do search online, do invest in this technology. You know, bring your clients in there as well, visualize your data sets. It will start this, you know, familiarity, and so the technology becomes not so novel anymore, and so the acceptance will be there. Yeah.
So somebody asked June to plug her book again. Where do you get a copy of your book, and do you write in any platform to share updates in AI development in architecture?
Actually, today I just prepared the QR code just now in the presentation. In
LinkedIn, maybe?
Yes, I am on LinkedIn. If you type Jun Chow, you will find me, because I think I have up to date 32,000 followers all over the world. And if you really don't have LinkedIn, just go to JUN Architect. Just type in Google and get my email, office email. Just pop in an email, say that you want the ebook. I will send you the special code.
So to answer Mr. Zamir just now, somebody shared is totally dependent on your clients, really. Some clients like GLC, for example, Gamuda, maybe SIME, or even UEM will ask for their consultant to be BIM ready. Some allow you to put it onto external vendor. Some ask you to have an internal team. So it depends on the threshold.
So it's not like regulation requirements from JKR or whatever it is yet?
On the local authority standpoint, I don't think so. It is? So go ahead, go ahead.
There's on JKR point, they have certain budget of projects they need to implement BIM.
What is the threshold? 50 million, is it?
I think 50 million above. They have some figure.
So the percentile, I would believe, quite low. So the last question, I believe, since we have to end this by another 5 minutes, I have experience obtaining different. I don't understand the question, to be honest. But I just read them verbatim. I have experience obtaining different site history version using AI. Can June explain her justification? I try to contextualize this question. Does it make sense to you? Obtaining different site history version. Oh, meaning the site, you mean your project site, is it? Whoever asking? Meaning that he do research on a particular site, let's say it's a historical or sensitive site using AI. But why you ask for June's justification? It's good for you that you can manage to do a site study from talking to AI, but or maybe did you do the same? I would just change the question a bit. Did you don't go to site and just talk to AI? Maybe help. Maybe it's
Can you do that without visiting the site? I don't think so, right? Maybe we talk about saving time. Okay, when we first go to the site, I mean, you look at the site context, a lot of things you will study. It's just like the normal way. But when you come back to the office and with your team or maybe yourself, you can start to use the AI to help you to find more information, let's say the historical context of the place, or some other articles, something related to that, newspaper, things that has happened, events, you can collect that data and ask the AI to summarize all this, search it, give you a report. Say that I'm an architect. You can tell the AI, I'm an architect, I'm doing this project here, I want to build this here, but I want to know the history. But not only the history. I think if we, in our older days, we want to spend maybe 3 days, 4 days, right? You need to find a lot of things, information, and then you need to gather the information for your presentation. Feasibility studies, right? A lot of things, precedent studies. But now, ask the AI to help you to do a precedent studies. I think it can be done in 2 hours. And let's say your team leader or your boss asks you to present. In the morning, you do your AI.
Trend or something,
yeah. Afternoon, you can present, I think.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And Zamir, last words.
I'd just like to spend last minute.
Sure.
To send a formal invitation to PAM to come over to my office for your members to try out some of the things.
You can do that under our Research Innovation Technology Committee. Yeah, we will schedule.
You can, experience spatial computing, seeing 3D models in front of you using our technology. I'm very much welcoming everyone to try to come.
Thank you for the offer. We will confirm the date and of course the capacity that they can host, and then we will open up to members. Thank you so much for everyone coming to TechFest 2024. Due to the warm reception that we have today, we already planned for 2025, which includes some of the technology that we are not able to cover this particular round, like 3D printing, projection mapping, that we'll try to bring it to you next year. Thank you so much to all the panels, and then have a good weekend, everyone. Take care.